Ingredients, where we explore the gentle art of cooking through soft-spoken stories about food, recipes, and the fascinating ingredients that bring our favorite dishes to life. I'm your host, Marcus Sage, and I'm here to whisper you peacefully towards sleep while we discover the comforting world of culinary traditions together. Tonight, we're diving into the creamy, dreamy layers of classic banana pudding. We'll uncover the surprising history of this beloved southern dessert, walk through each ingredient with care and detail, and discover the gentle techniques that transform simple components into something truly special. Along the way, I'll share the interesting stories behind bananas, vanilla wafers, and the custard that binds them all together in perfect harmony. If you find these quiet cooking journeys helpful for relaxation and sleep, please give this video a gentle thumbs up and consider subscribing for more whispered culinary adventures. I'd love to hear about your own banana pudding memories in the comments below, perhaps a story about a grandmother's recipe or a special occasion where this dessert made an appearance. You'll find the complete recipe written out clearly in the description, ready for you to try when you're awake and ready to cook. Before we begin, I want to share a personal memory that makes banana pudding especially meaningful to me. When I was 8 years old, my great-aunt Millie would make enormous batches of banana pudding every 4th of July for our family reunion. She used her blue ceramic mixing bowl, so large that I could barely see over the rim when I stood on my tiptoes to watch her layer the wafers and custard. The anticipation of waiting for it to chill felt endless to my young mind, but that first spoonful, with its perfect balance of creamy custard and soft cookies, made every minute of waiting worthwhile. Even now, the sight of vanilla wafers takes me right back to that kitchen, watching Aunt Millie work her magic with such care and patience. Alright, let's get cooking. Banana pudding holds a treasured place in American dessert history, particularly throughout the southern states where it became a staple at church gatherings, family reunions, and Sunday dinners. The earliest versions of this layered dessert appeared in the late 1800s, though they looked quite different from what we know today. These original recipes often called for ladyfinger cookies or simple sponge cake, layered with sliced bananas and a cooked custard made from scratch on the stovetop. The transformation of banana pudding into its modern form happened gradually through the early 1900s. The introduction of vanilla wafers played a crucial role in this evolution. Nabisco began marketing their famous Nilla wafers in 1967, though similar vanilla cookies existed decades earlier. The company recognized the growing popularity of banana pudding and began printing recipes directly on their boxes, helping to standardize what many consider the classic preparation method. What makes banana pudding particularly interesting from a culinary history perspective is how it represents the democratization of dessert making in America. Before the widespread availability of vanilla wafers and instant pudding mixes, creating layered desserts like this required significant time and skill. The cook needed to prepare custard from scratch, carefully tempering eggs and monitoring temperatures to avoid curdling. The simplified versions that emerged in the mid-20th century made this elegant dessert accessible to home cooks with varying skill amounts. Regional variations tell their own stories about local preferences and available ingredients. In some areas of the South, banana pudding traditionally includes a meringue topping, with egg whites whipped to soft peaks and lightly browned under the broiler. Other regions prefer fresh whipped cream or even a simple dusting of crushed vanilla wafers on top. Some families swear by using jasmine cookies instead of vanilla wafers, while others incorporate cream cheese into their pudding base for extra richness. The cultural significance of banana pudding extends beyond its ingredients and preparation methods. This dessert often appears at gatherings where comfort and hospitality take center stage. Its make-ahead nature makes it perfect for potluck dinners and large family meals, while the familiar combination of flavors evokes childhood memories for many people. The sight of a glass bowl revealing those distinct layers, the pale yellow custard nestled between golden wafers and cream-colored banana slices, has become an iconic image of American home cooking. Understanding this rich background helps us appreciate why banana pudding has maintained its popularity across generations, adapting to changing times while preserving the essential elements that make it so beloved and comforting. Creating the perfect banana pudding requires gathering ingredients that work together to build those signature layers of flavor and texture. Each component plays a specific role in the final dessert, from providing structure to contributing moisture, sweetness, and that distinctive taste we associate with this classic treat. For the custard base, you'll need 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, which will be divided during the cooking process. 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour serves as our thickening agent, creating that smooth, spoonable consistency that holds the layers together without being too thick or too thin. 3 large egg yolks provide richness and help with the custard setting properties, while 2 cups of whole milk create the liquid foundation. A pinch of salt, about 1/4 teaspoon, enhances all the other flavors without making the dessert taste salty. 2 tablespoons of butter add smoothness and a subtle richness to the finished custard, and 1 1/2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract provide that essential flavor note that complements both the bananas and the wafers. The layering components are equally important to the dessert's success. You'll need 1 box of vanilla wafers, typically an 11-ounce package, though you may not use every single cookie depending on your serving dish size. 4 to 5 ripe bananas provide the fruit element, and their ripeness amount affects both flavor and texture in the final dessert. For the topping, you can choose between preparing a meringue using 3 egg whites and 6 tablespoons of sugar, or you might prefer 2 cups of heavy cream whipped with 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar for a simpler approach. The preparation process begins with making the custard, which requires your full attention and a gentle approach. You'll need a heavy-bottomed saucepan to prevent scorching, a whisk for smooth mixing, and a fine mesh strainer to ensure the silkiest possible texture. The custard must be stirred constantly while cooking to prevent the eggs from scrambling, and the temperature should remain moderate throughout the process. Timing plays a crucial role in banana pudding success. The custard needs time to cool slightly before assembly, but it shouldn't be completely cold or it will be difficult to spread evenly. The bananas should be sliced just before assembly to prevent browning, and they should be cut into rounds about 1/4 inch thick for the best balance of flavor and texture in each bite. Assembly requires a clear glass bowl or dish, preferably one that holds at least 2 quarts, so the beautiful layers remain visible. Some cooks prefer individual serving glasses for a more elegant presentation, while others opt for a large rectangular dish for easier serving at casual gatherings. The layering process itself is methodical and satisfying, starting with a thin layer of custard on the bottom, followed by vanilla wafers, banana slices, and more custard, repeating until all ingredients are used. The final chilling period is essential for proper texture development. The dessert needs at least 4 hours in the refrigerator, though overnight chilling produces even better results. During this time, the vanilla wafers soften slightly from absorbing moisture from the custard and bananas, creating that perfect tender bite that makes banana pudding so distinctive. The flavors also meld together, with the vanilla notes from both the custard and cookies complementing the natural sweetness of the ripe bananas. Temperature control throughout the process ensures food safety and optimal texture. The custard should reach 160 degrees Fahrenheit during cooking to properly thicken and eliminate any concerns about raw eggs. Once assembled, the dessert should be kept refrigerated until serving time, and any leftovers should be covered and stored in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. The journey toward perfect banana pudding begins with preparing the custard, a process that requires patience and gentle attention. Start by combining the flour, salt, and half of the sugar in your heavy-bottomed saucepan, whisking these dry ingredients together until they're completely blended with no lumps remaining. This initial mixing prevents the flour from forming clumps when the liquid ingredients are added. In a bowl set aside for this purpose, whisk the egg yolks until they're smooth and slightly lightened in color. Gradually add the remaining sugar to the yolks, whisking continuously until the mixture becomes pale and slightly thickened. This process, known as creaming the yolks, helps create a smoother final custard by breaking down the yolk proteins gently. Pour the milk into a measuring cup or small saucepan and warm it slightly, either in the microwave for about 1 minute or on the stovetop over low heat. The milk doesn't need to be hot, just warm to room temperature or slightly above. This warming step helps prevent the custard from taking too long to thicken and reduces the risk of lumps forming. Now comes the crucial step of combining these elements. Add the warmed milk to the flour mixture in the saucepan gradually, whisking constantly to prevent lumps. Start with just a small amount of milk, whisking until smooth, then add the rest in a steady stream while continuing to whisk. Place this mixture over medium-low heat and cook, stirring constantly with your whisk until it begins to thicken. This process typically takes 5 to 7 minutes, and you'll notice the mixture gradually becoming more viscous. Once the milk mixture has thickened to a consistency similar to heavy cream, you'll need to temper the egg yolks. Remove the saucepan from heat temporarily. Take about half a cup of the hot milk mixture and slowly drizzle it into the egg yolk mixture, whisking the yolks constantly. This gradual addition prevents the eggs from cooking too quickly and creating scrambled bits in your custard. Pour the tempered egg mixture back into the saucepan, whisking continuously. Return the pan to medium-low heat and continue cooking, stirring constantly until the custard thickens enough to coat the back of a spoon. This final cooking stage usually takes another 3 to 5 minutes. The custard is ready when you can draw a line across the back of your spoon with your finger and the line holds its shape. Remove the custard from heat and immediately stir in the butter and vanilla extract. The butter should melt completely and incorporate smoothly. Pour the custard through a fine mesh strainer into a clean bowl to remove any small lumps that might have formed during cooking. Press a piece of plastic wrap directly onto the surface of the custard to prevent the skin from forming, then let it cool for about 15 minutes. While the custard cools, prepare your bananas by peeling them and slicing them into rounds approximately 1/4 inch thick. Choose bananas that are ripe but still firm, with yellow skins that may have a few small brown spots but aren't overly soft. The bananas should hold their shape when sliced but be sweet and flavorful. Assembly begins with spreading a thin layer of the slightly cooled custard in the bottom of your serving dish. Arrange a single layer of vanilla wafers over the custard, placing them close together but not overlapping. Cover the wafers with a layer of banana slices, arranging them in a single layer that covers most of the wafers. Spoon about 1/3 of the remaining custard over the bananas, spreading it gently to cover them completely. Repeat the layering process, adding another layer of wafers, bananas, and custard. Finish with a final layer of custard on top, smoothing it evenly across the surface. If you're adding a meringue topping, spread it over the custard now and place the dish into the broiler for just a minute or two until lightly golden. For whipped cream topping, wait until just before serving to add it. Bananas bring both flavor and fascinating history to our pudding, representing one of the world's most important fruit crops. The bananas we use today are primarily the Cavendish variety, which became the global standard after the previous commercial variety was largely wiped out by disease in the 1950s. This change actually altered the flavor profile of banana desserts, as the previous variety had a more intense, almost artificial banana flavor that many people associate with banana candy and flavoring. For banana pudding, the ripeness amount of your bananas significantly impacts the final dessert. Bananas that are yellow with just a few brown spots provide the ideal balance of sweetness and structure. At this stage, the starches have converted to sugars, creating natural sweetness, but the fruit still maintains enough firmness to hold its shape during assembly and chilling. Overripe bananas become mushy and can make the pudding watery, while underripe green bananas lack sweetness and have an unpleasant starchy texture. Vanilla wafers serve as more than just a crunchy element in banana pudding. These simple cookies were originally created as a delicate accompaniment to tea and light desserts. The traditional recipe includes flour, sugar, butter, eggs, and vanilla, creating a cookie that's sturdy enough to maintain some texture even after absorbing moisture from the custard. The vanilla flavoring in the wafers complements the vanilla and the custard, creating layers of this warm, comforting flavor throughout the dessert. The manufacturing process for vanilla wafers involves creating a relatively dry dough that can be rolled thin and cut into small rounds. This low moisture amount is crucial for banana pudding applications, as it allows the cookies to absorb liquid gradually without completely dissolving. The light, crisp texture provides a pleasant contrast to the smooth custard and soft bananas, while the subtle sweetness adds another dimension to each bite. Milk serves as the foundation for our custard, and the type you choose affects both flavor and texture. Whole milk, with its 3.25% fat amount, provides the richness necessary for a luxurious custard while still allowing the other flavors to shine through. The proteins in milk help the custard set properly when combined with eggs and heat, while the natural sugars add subtle sweetness that complements the added sugar. The fat amount in milk contributes significantly to the mouthfeel of the finished custard. Lower fat milk can be used, but the result will be less rich and may not coat the spoon as nicely. Some recipes call for a combination of milk and heavy cream, which creates an even richer custard but can sometimes overwhelm the delicate banana flavor. Eggs, specifically the yolks, act as both a thickening agent and a source of richness in custard. Egg yolks include lecithin, a natural emulsifier that helps create smooth, creamy textures. They also include proteins that coagulate when heated, helping to thicken the custard. The key to working with eggs in custard is temperature control. Too much heat too quickly will cause the proteins to coagulate rapidly, creating scrambled bits rather than smooth thickening. Fresh eggs work best for custard making, as they have stronger proteins and more stable emulsification properties. The yolks should be bright yellow and firm, indicating freshness and proper storage. Room temperature eggs incorporate more easily into other ingredients, so removing them from the refrigerator about 30 minutes before cooking can improve your results. Vanilla extract provides the signature flavor that ties all the elements of banana pudding together. Pure vanilla extract, made from vanilla beans soaked in alcohol, offers a complex flavor profile with floral and slightly spicy notes. The alcohol evaporates during cooking, leaving behind the concentrated vanilla flavor compounds. Artificial vanilla, while less expensive, provides a simpler, more one-dimensional flavor that some people actually prefer in certain desserts because it matches their childhood memories of banana pudding. The vanilla beans used to make pure extract come primarily from Madagascar, Mexico, and Tahiti, each producing beans with slightly different flavor characteristics. Madagascar vanilla tends to be sweet and creamy, making it ideal for custard-based desserts like banana pudding. The perfect serving temperature for banana pudding falls somewhere between completely chilled and room temperature, typically achieved by removing the dessert from the refrigerator about 15 to 20 minutes before serving. This slight warming allows the flavors to become more pronounced while maintaining the custard's smooth, spoonable consistency. The vanilla wafers will have reached their ideal texture during the chilling period, softened enough to cut easily with a spoon but still providing a gentle bite that contrasts beautifully with the creamy custard. Traditional presentation methods vary depending on the occasion and regional preferences. For casual family gatherings, banana pudding is often served directly from the dish it was assembled in, allowing diners to see those appealing layers while the host scoops generous portions into individual bowls. More formal presentations might involve transferring portions to dessert plates or serving in individual glass cups that showcase the layered construction. Some Southern traditions call for serving banana pudding alongside other comfort food desserts, creating a spread that celebrates regional culinary heritage. The visual appeal of properly made banana pudding cannot be understated. When served from a clear glass bowl, the distinct layers create an attractive presentation that hints at the flavors to come. The pale yellow custard contrasts beautifully with the golden brown vanilla wafers and cream-colored banana slices, while any topping adds another textural and visual element. This natural beauty makes banana pudding an excellent choice for potluck dinners and gatherings where the dessert table serves as a centerpiece. Seasonal considerations can enhance the banana pudding experience throughout the year. During warmer months, the chilled dessert provides a cooling finish to heavy meals, while its make-ahead nature makes it perfect for outdoor gatherings and picnics. Winter presentations might benefit from slightly less chilling time, allowing the dessert to take the edge off cold weather while still maintaining its refreshing qualities. Holiday versions sometimes incorporate seasonal touches like a sprinkle of cinnamon or nutmeg, though purists argue that these additions detract from the classic flavor profile. Pairing suggestions for banana pudding often focus on beverages that complement rather than compete with its creamy sweetness. Strong black coffee provides a pleasant contrast, with its slight bitterness balancing the dessert's rich flavors. Sweet tea, a southern staple, creates a harmonious combination that celebrates regional food traditions. For special occasions, a glass of dessert wine or even a small serving of bourbon can provide an adult accompaniment, though these pairings work best with smaller portions of the pudding. Storage considerations become important when preparing banana pudding for events or when dealing with leftovers. The assembled dessert keeps well in the refrigerator for up to 3 days, though the banana slices may begin to brown slightly after the first day. This browning doesn't affect the flavor significantly, but it can impact the visual appeal. Some cooks brush banana slices with a small amount of lemon juice before assembly to slow browning, though this addition can alter the flavor profile slightly. Leftover banana pudding often tastes even better the second day, as the flavors have more time to meld together and the vanilla wafers continue to soften to their optimal texture. However, the dessert doesn't freeze well due to the high moisture amount and the way freezing affects the custard's smooth texture. For best results, banana pudding should be consumed within its refrigerated storage window. The communal aspect of banana pudding extends beyond its preparation to its consumption. This dessert often appears at gatherings where sharing food represents hospitality and care. The process of serving banana pudding, scooping through those carefully constructed layers, creates a moment of anticipation and satisfaction that connects people to both the food and each other. These social connections help explain why banana pudding recipes are often passed down through families, with each generation adding their own small modifications while preserving the essential character that makes this dessert so beloved. And on that note, we've journeyed through the complete story of banana pudding, from its humble beginnings in southern kitchens to the detailed techniques that created signature layers of comfort and flavor. Thank you for joining me on this gentle exploration of ingredients, history, and the quiet satisfaction of creating something delicious with your own hands. I hope these whispered culinary adventures help you find peaceful rest, and I'll see you next time.